Fellas, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. I think over the course of our existence, we've seen the downfall of great black men. And typically, once you learn about their downfall, you learn about some of the stuff that they were into that led to them and their influence being either affected or corrupted. A lot of our issues as black men comes down to the lack of discipline. And I will also say emotional intelligence as well. A lot of times we find ourselves ingratiating ourselves into these systems, and we lose the fact that you didn't infiltrate the system per se, but you become a part of the system. But just because you become a part of the system does not mean you should move like others who are able to move around in the system in the ways and manners in which they don't end up suffering the same consequences that you might. So when you look at what happened with the University of Michigan's head football coach, first of all, I wasn't a huge fan anyway, because of if you've seen Django and what happened after Sir Candy was killed by Jamie Foxx's character, that's how he came off when former head coach Jim Harbaugh had been suspended by the university, and he stepped in as interim coach, and he was crying and stuff like that. But I don't know why we get into these systems and think that we can do the same thing that they are allowed to do and get away with. It's never going to work out in your favor, bro. Never. Not only should you know that, but again, it comes down to a lack of discipline and emotional intelligence. I was, as I told you guys, I'm a journalist. There was a former mayor that I covered who essentially was using the city's money to help out his wife's business. And he ended up serving some jail time for it. You cannot play with people's money, tax dollars first and foremost. You cannot do that and think that you will not suffer the consequences of those actions. You cannot sleep with a colleague on your job. Inevitably, it's going to go wrong. And now you have the fallout of the residual effects of what happens from that. Stop playing with tax dollars. Stop thinking you can do what those who created the system can do, because you can't. Stop sleeping with your coworkers, bro. That meow is undefeated. If you do not have discipline, if you do not have emotional intelligence, you will make bad decisions that will lead to some sort of downfall for you. It's just inevitable. It's going to happen. And the crazy thing to me is that these things happen so frequently to the point to where you should know that you shouldn't be doing it. And you still do it anyway. We've seen time and time again of people sleeping with subordinates. You're going to get fired. There's a possibility of jail time. There's a possibility of retaliation. Like, there are so many things that can go wrong. You losing your career over some meow, bro. You losing your career because you think that you can do what they can do And you can't. Can't do it. Emotional intelligence, discipline will keep you out of these types of situations. Stop getting meow on the job. That meow is undefeated. 9 times out of 10, it's going to win every time. Please stop. Who do you think you are? The system is going to get you every time. That meow is going to get you every time, because you're going to end up making a bad decision that's going to lead to consequences. That meow is undefeated. Be better.